Imagine, if you will, a place where history isn't just, locked away in books. It's alive. It's in the narrow streets. It's etched into the old river ghats, echoed in these incredibly vibrant temples.
Hmm.
A land where devotion, it's not just an idea, it's this energy you can almost touch. It's woven into the culture, which is so rich it practically sings.
That's a great description.
Today, we're diving deep into exactly that kind of place. Mathura, often called Krishna Nagari, right? Or the heart of Brajbhumi.
Right. And it's a profound subject. We've really gone through all the material you shared, trying to pull out the most compelling bits, the surprising facts about Mathura. Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to really getting a handle on this incredible place without, getting buried in information overload.
Exactly. So our journey today, we're going to try and unravel Mathura's core identity. It's an ancient city, sits on the Yamuna River in Uttar Pradesh. We'll look at its status as one of Hinduism's 7 holiest cities. That's huge. And crucially, its role as the birthplace, the revered birthplace of Lord Sri Krishna.
Uh-huh.
And that fact alone, it draws millions, devotees, curious travelers from, well, everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll delve into its history, which is incredibly deep, uncover the immense religious significance. We'll try to immerse ourselves and you in that vibrant cultural tapestry that just pulses through the city, maybe even talk about some unique local flavors.
Oh, definitely.
And yeah, for anyone thinking about actually going, we've got some practical tips, insights to help make that experience really memorable.
Okay, good. So let's start by grounding ourselves, like you said, in Mathura's basic identity. Ancient city, Yamuna riverbank, Uttar Pradesh. But what really makes it stand out beyond just geography is being one of those 7 holy cities in Hinduism. What does that designation, what does it actually mean for Mathura?
That's a critical point. Being one of the 7 means Mathura is seen as a mokshadayini, basically a place believed to grant salvation or moksha.
Wow.
So that elevates it, right? It's not just a historical site. It becomes this profoundly sacred place for spiritual liberation.
Hmm.
And then, of course, the paramount importance, as you said, comes from being the birthplace of Lord Sri Krishna. This isn't just some event from the past. It's a living, breathing part of the city's identity right now. It makes faith really tangible, vivid for millions.
That's fascinating, isn't it? That idea that a historical event can still have such a powerful living pull today. And speaking of history, the material we looked at highlights that Mathura's roots go back, way back, like Mahabharata times. How does a city even sustain that kind of legacy over millennia?
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it? And what strikes me is its adaptability. During the Buddhist period, for instance, Mathura wasn't just Hindu. It was a major hub for Buddhism, too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it shows its role as this cross-cultural melting pot, really, absorbing things, contributing to different spiritual expressions. And then there's the art, the Mathura School of Art. It wasn't just famous for its specific Buddhist and Jain sculptures, though it was. Its stylistic innovations, the way they depicted figures, well, it fundamentally shaped the visual language of devotion across the subcontinent for centuries.
Right.
It influenced how people imagined and depicted deities far beyond Mathura itself.
So you see this blend, this ancient history mixing with its current, really vibrant religious significance.
Yeah.
The material points to some truly iconic places within Mathura itself.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi Mandir, the exact spot, they say, where Lord Krishna was born.
Which is absolutely central. And then you have the Dwarkadish Mandir, which apparently just comes alive, especially during the Sawan Swings season and the Hulan Festival.
Wow.
These aren't just, museum pieces. They're active, dynamic centers of worship where traditions are followed with incredible passion.
I was really struck by the description of Vishram Ghat, right on the Yamuna. This idea that it's where Sri Krishna rested after defeating the tyrant Kansa. It just paints such a powerful picture, doesn't it? Divine rest after chaos.
It does. That narrative gives it this sense of profound serenity, divine intervention. You almost feel like you can sense that moment when you're standing there. And then there's Govardhan Parvat, the hill, the legend says, Sri Krishna lifted with his finger to protect the people of Braj from Indra's reign.
Incredible story.
Yeah. And these aren't just stories told. They're deeply woven into the spiritual fabric of the whole region. They shape belief, they shape daily practice very directly.
And the sources also bring up Barsana and Nandgaon. These places are tied intimately to the pastimes, the Leelas of Radharani and Krishna. So it's clear the devotion isn't just about Krishna, but it really embraces his divine consort, Radha, and their intertwined stories.
Absolutely. And that you can't really talk about Mathura without mentioning Vrindavan nearby, often called the biggest center of Krishna devotion, maybe even more focused in some ways. It's a huge spiritual epicenter in its own right.
Ah, okay.
A key pilgrimage site that really complements Mathura's significance. They're almost like two sides of the same sacred coin, you could say.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, so beyond the temples, the ghats, the sacred sites, Mathura just seems to burst with culture.
Mm.
What really jumped out from the material was Mathura's Holi, specifically Lathmar Holi. For anyone listening who hasn't seen pictures, it's legendary. Women playfully beating men with sticks. It looks like this explosion of color and, well, the joyous chaos.
It really is. It sounds like more than just a festival, almost like an immersive ritual. And Janmashtami, Krishna's birthday celebration, the descriptions mention this undeniably divine atmosphere there. You get the local folk music, these enchanting Ras Leela performances that reenact Krishna's life, the mesmerizing Mangalarati ceremonies. These aren't just cultural shows. They're framed as profound spiritual experiences. They let people sort of step into the divine story, blurring the lines between past and present, human and divine.
Wow. Okay, my mouth is actually watering thinking about this next bit. The material really hypes up Mathura's peta. For anyone unfamiliar, it's this sweet, milk-based confection. Sounds utterly delicious. I'm guessing you can't really visit Mathura without trying one.
Oh, absolutely not. The pita is iconic. It's a must-try. And what's also interesting is the popularity of the prasad, the blessed food offerings you can get in the temples and monasteries, especially Makan Mishri. Simple, right? Butter and sugar candy. But it's deeply cherished. It connects the food experience directly to the spiritual one. It's like getting a literal taste of devotion.
I love that. A taste of devotion.
Yeah.
So, okay, for anyone listening now and thinking, right, I need to experience this, the material had some helpful practical stuff too. Getting there, travel tips.
Yeah.
It sounds like Mathura is pretty accessible, especially from big cities like Delhi and Agra.
That's right. Mathura Junction railway station is noted as being large and exceptionally well connected. So train travel seems like a good bet. And for a spiritual trip, the suggestions point towards maybe 2 to 3 days being enough to get a good feel.
Okay.
You could maybe do day 1 for Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi, the birthplace temple, and Dwarkadish Mandir. Day 2, head over to Vrindavan, and then maybe day 3 for Govardhan Hill and Barsana.
Right.
It seems like a pretty well thought out itinerary, designed for a full spiritual immersion without being too rushed.
Right. Makes sense. So wrapping this all up then, what's the big takeaway? As we finish this deep dive, it feels abundantly clear that Mathura is, well, it's so much more than just a city on a map. It's a profound center of faith, a vibrant tapestry of culture, and really a living testament to this unwavering devotion. Walking through those ancient streets, you really might get the sense, just like the material described, that the melody of Sri Krishna's flute could still be echoing somewhere in the alleys.
Yeah, definitely. The layers of history are so rich, the legends seem to permeate every corner, and the traditions are ongoing, they're vibrant. It all just undeniably immerses visitors in this truly divine atmosphere. It's a place where the past isn't just something you read about, it feels